being an unemployed manager in career mode. It's a feature that the community have been requesting for years.
I need it!
You know, some dream of becoming Pep Guardiola, winning Champions League at multiple clubs, silverware, being successful, building up super teams and youth talents. But some out here like me want to be filing job applications out everywhere and seeing what club will hire us, like Jose Mourinho recently.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.
Having that free agent manager simulation experience, even a small detailed realistic feature like CPU managers and teams firing coaches, and for a managerial merry-go-round to be going on in the background while you're playing your own save, or for managers to switch teams or retire. But no, that's just a little bit too complicated for EA, because you'll be about 15 years deep and Poch will still be managing Chelsea. However, there are a couple of different ways you can go about it if you want to try the unemployment experience for yourselves, starting by using Kickoff Mode's randomized feature where it can generate you new teams, new leagues, new countries. If you're on PlayStation, keep pressing square. If you're on Xbox, keep pressing X. Just to give you a bit of inspiration for some new save ideas. Manage in a league or country that you've never ventured to before. It's an extremely useful and fun tool that flies under the radar. Or if you're after a little bit more of a storyline based approach, enter player career mode, and that's where you can launch a real player career and choose a player that you just want to retire straight away. As an example, just for experimentational purposes, I'm going to choose Ilkay Gundogan because I believe he's probably going to be a competent manager in the not too distant future. This is where you can start taking control of the wheel, get creative with it, implement your own little ideas based off what's currently going down in real life, and once you decide to hang up the boots and call it a day on the player's career, hit retire, confirm it, and you just get greeted with an abundance of offers spanning from all different teams or different leagues. You've got the lower leagues, you've got some decently sized clubs, some big teams that are for some reason after your services, and it's like you're a hot ticket item the day you retire and you get pick of the bunch basically. You've got Dortmund already, you could create a Gundogan going back to BVB's former club. You've got a whole load of Spanish teams from the second division, the first tier, back in Germany, even some French club thrown in the mix, and I'm not even done. Even Champions League teams like RB Leipzig. It is a proper smorgasbord, a real mixed bag of what kind of clubs get thrown at you, and I'm still scrolling. We aren't finished. We ain't done. We literally just get Spanish, German, some French clubs even thrown in the mix, and the list just keeps going on and on and on. In any case, the downside or the unrealistic part of it is that you don't really need any qualifications. You can just apply for whatever job you want. You don't really need to prove yourselves, and you just get accepted, thrown into the hot seat straight away. So it's not the quintessential, like, proper unemployed manager experience where you have to really earn your spot as a first team manager. You don't need to complete any courses. You don't need to do your coaching badges. You're just here straight away. So for now, until FC25, that's the closest thing you're gonna get. So the free agent manager feature is still a pipe dream for now. However, there is one football simulation management game that lets you be unemployed, and you guessed it, that's Football Manager. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do for the first time ever in FM24. We're going to start a new game. It gives you multiple ways to be a manager. You can go the classic route, club manager, just be an international manager, and that's it. You can do both, like in career mode, club and international, and then just flat out be unemployed, baby. That's us. So BCHD is going to be out here fighting for his life, week after week on the job market to see what kind of clubs offer us a position, who's going to offer us a contract, and how long can we last as a free agent out here? Well, let's find out. I'm a rookie. I'm a noob, if you will, when it comes to this stuff. I've never started a manager career like this, so it's going to be a refreshing experience to say the least. We're going to start playing. Sir BCHD's ready. As we launch straight into things, we have got a different looking home panel. Usually you have a long list of things down here on the left hand side when you're actually in control or at the helm of a club, but right here we've just got our inbox, shortlist, the job center, and our job security. Oh no, it's the job security of every other manager in the world, so we can see who's about to be sacked, what board isn't confident in what manager, whose job's stable, who's secure. Poch's job for the time being is stable, but there are some other opportunities in Brazil that could pop up, so that's a useful feature. But our homepage is literally just the job center. Ghana. So we get to see what kind of jobs are on offer. We can get some national team jobs, some director of football type jobs, some technical director type jobs, and then we've got some manager positions available like Huddersfield down in the Championship, Algeria national team, the Ghanaian national team, England's under 19s, we can coach at youth level, we can coach some clubs teams under 20s, like there is some wide variety and from all over the world too. And it just keeps on going. This list, there's a goalkeeping coach, I can be the head of a youth department, I can be an assistant manager, a goalkeeping coach, a set piece coach. Maybe these are just like all the job vacancies in the world and I don't have the facilities to apply for them, but you've got a whole bunch of Spanish teams and English teams looking for a coach per se, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be the best candidate as a head performance analyst or a performance analyst in general or even a head physio. I don't have the qualifications for any of that, so I think I'm just going to stick to the manager jobs available, and that's just this little section here. It ranges from Chile's under 20s to the South Korean national team to Swindon Town or the Brazilian second tier. So there are quite a few things we can apply for, or if I'm just feeling lazy, I can either retire or go on holiday. What's my contract offer? You haven't been offered a contract at this time. You should look for employment. Thank you for the heads up, FM. I'm out here catching strays. I'm going in blind, doing this for the first time, giving it a go, and FM's out here giving me strays. What are my relationships like though? No relationships to display. Yeah, pretty accurate. My manager timeline, keep history after retirement. What's my manager timeline looking like? Oh, yes, the best way to start, unemployed. All right, let's see my resume, the CV I'm working with here. I'm 23, I should be a wonder kid in football, but no, I've just switched to management. I've got a 3-star, fairly good Continental Pro license. I've won absolutely no silverware in my time. I've never managed anyone. My reputation's sitting at 55%. I have a 50% media handling, tactical consistency, and I have a 50% hands-on approach, whatever that means. Hey, yo! No job history, no promises, no relationships, no biography. Whoever takes a chance on me is either feeling very lucky or having a massive gamble. So pretty much your main options are you can select a specific jobs, for example, the England under 19s, and I can apply for that specifically, or I can just apply for all available jobs and see what offers come my way. Who's willing to take me on? To be fair, I'm not really in the position to be picky about this, so I'm just going to apply for all and see what happens. Apply to all teams with a managerial vacancy. Yeah, alright, I'll take whatever I can get at this point. And right there, we have literally every single manager spot applied for, and let's see who we hear back from. Now, the only jobs to be listed and have the job status as actually in place, it varies from secure, very secure, to untouchable. Like Gremio's manager, no matter what he does, he can sleep with the owner's wife and he still won't be sacked. But that's because the season's already started for the South American team. So the further we simulate, the more we get on, the more job prospects and more job openings will actually be available and open up to us. Whose jobs are insecure right now? It's literally just all of the Brazilian teams because they've actually been going through their season and playing football. I don't think Poch's job is going to last that long, so I'll be keeping my eyes out for the Chelsea role. Let's get a move on. Let's get simulating how long it's going to take me to get these job applications back, and already our inbox is full. Okay, so all these messages are just telling me that they've received my job application to be the manager, but aren't actually doing anything. They'll get back to me in the near future, apparently, but I'll have to see it to believe it. South Korea, Canada, England, yeah, it is just a whole thoroughfare of job opportunities, but who is going to actually take on your boy? It has been more than a week, and I don't think I'm the top candidate for any of those jobs. But you were offered a job in senior international management. There, I just got the little achievement. Let's check the inbox. The Gambia want BCHD. BCHD was also offered the Italy under 19s manager role, and were also offered the Chile job, as Chile manager Ricardo Gareca has offered you the role of under 20s manager. So I guess that leaves room potentially to be promoted to the senior team manager, but I just want to see. Oh, we must respond though. I want to keep simulating, but I guess we have to either accept or decline straight away. I want to see what other jobs actually accept me. I'm offered the role of Gambia manager. What's their team looking like? Captains Omar Coley, Musa Barrow's their key player, the Bologna forward. Then we have, when's the last time they were actually qualified for the World Cup? Their senior squad, I mean, there are a couple of familiar names here and there. It would definitely be an interesting way to start a manager career as an international boss, as they've never really won anything major. Gambia, only 2 African under-17 Cup of Nations. They came runners-up in 2023 of the under-20s Cup of Nations, and I don't think, have they ever placed significantly in the World Cup before? What are their facilities looking like? They have a 40,000 all-seater independent stadium. The stadium condition is very poor. They don't have soil heating. They don't have a roof. The pitch condition's only okay. Am I really going to be improving the position of Gambia right now? I don't think so. As the Italy under-9, I don't know if I want to do youth football though. This is why I love the choice, but I also don't want to make the quick-fire decision of accepting or declining. I just want to stall. I want to see if I get any other better offers on the table, but Luciano Spalletti, he's offered me the role. Himself personally, I don't think that's how it works, but I've been gifted the under-19s, and depending on the national team, they actually have different levels of youth tournaments and squads. So Gambia only had an under-20 squad, but Italy has under-21, under-20s, and under-19s. Chile has under-23s, under-22s, and under-20s. So it kind of depends on what. Nah, I'm gonna decline Chile. I'll reject that. Oh, Gambia. You know what? For now, I'm going to reject the international management. I kind of want to get my feet and sort it out on a club level. So I'm just going to decline everything so far. And if those were the only job offers I get, I guess I'm kind of unlucky. I'm lucky to be even considered in the first place. But if nothing else comes out of all those applications, I don't know what I'm going to do. There you go. We have some unsuccessful job applications. So it's not all sunshine and roses. It's not all acceptance. The FA emailing me, informing me, saying the application was unsuccessful. Was also unsuccessful with the Ivory Coast. Ghana also didn't want to take me on either. And then Huddersfield, which was kind of the one I wanted to land. Like lower tier English leagues, lower level football is where I want to ideally start. And then CUI, I've got no idea who these guys are. Where are they? Oh, the Brazilian Serie A. When it gets to the stage of a Brazilian third tier club rejecting you, yeah, I don't know where I could go from there as I get a weekly job update. There's a bunch of insecure jobs that I could declare interest in, which unfortunately right now is grayed out. But there is hope. It's only been a week and we have an interview for GUA. Who are these people? GUA offered me an interview. CUI rejected me. I don't know who GUA actually is. Who are they? In the Brazilian Serie B, they've got unlicensed kids. I'm not a fan. This would be a hectic place to begin just as a journeyman manager, but this time they haven't actually accepted my application, nor did I think I applied there. I might have to double check, but they've given me an interview, so I can't actually accept or decline the job offer. I actually have to attend an interview, so let's just see what it's about. It's great to be here. Let's get started. The board are pleased that I have taken the time to attend today. There are a few questions that we would like to ask to see if you're the manager that we want to take the club forward with. So it's kind of like they're getting a vibe check. They want to see what Sir BCHD is all about. What's my philosophy? What's my style of play? What do I want to achieve here at the club? And you just get thrown some typical basic questions. How would you overcome the relatively big obstacle of not speaking the language? Oh, damn. They know a bit about me. They've done their digging. They've done the research. I don't think it's something to worry about. I can learn the language in time, which is, yeah, true, realistic. What would I say personally, though? There will be some communication problems. I'm not going to sweet talk him, but yeah, I'm just going to compromise for now. I'll learn the language. You're up for a few jobs now, it seems. Are you hedging your bets? Damn, bro, they're coming for me. They got all their bases covered. They know I've been applying for jobs here and there. They've got their eye on the job market. I'm just going to be straight up with them. I'm exploring my options here. We don't want to repeat of our last manager, who we had to part company with earlier than expected. Are you going to be around for a while? These are some personal, deep questions. They're getting to the bottom of this. There is no tomorrow. Everyone has to win today, and that's my motto. If I came here to want to stay... Nah, that's just lying. I don't want to stay here for a long time. I just want to use this club as a stepping stone in reality. Or I don't care about previous managers. I only focus on what I can bring to the table. I mean... yeah, low-key. Let's see what the president, Andre Marconato, has to say. And he's still going with the questioning, man. I feel like I'm getting interrogated. It's probably fair to say we are overachieving right now. So, can you come in and keep the good times rolling? There are so many options here to pick from. It's different from the career mode press conferences where you just have 3 substandard basic options. You got a lot to read up here. Have a word with yourself. I'm offended. You can fire back at this guy. It's not a hard job. A steady hand is required to keep things ticking over quietly. I believe I have the reputation. I don't don't have a reputation, so why is that even an option to say? Nah, I don't think the team is overperforming. Far from it. There's plenty here to build upon. What sort of budget are we needing to put together from the backroom team? I don't know. That's kind of out of my pay grade, out of my ballpark. Isn't the board and the financial team supposed to deal with the budget? I'd like the budget to be in place for me. A fair amount of changes before taking charge. Yeah. So we have to adapt to the board culture to strive to make progress on and off the pitch, which is a great aim. This is our long-term vision and the blueprint. Oh my days. There are so many in-depth things. This is a long-term plan. By the end of 2027, they want promotion to the first tier. It's good to have a little outlook on the future, but this is long-term planning. Let me just say I'd be happy. How does a transfer budget of around 48k sound to me? 48k. What are you able to do with that in this market? I know it's the Brazilian third division, but really? You can't even pay a free agent's wages with that. If given the job, I would need a much larger transfer budget. Yeah, I'm going to need some more cash if you want me to actually achieve results. If hired, I would like the board to expand the capacity of the club's stadium. Nah, I would like to improve on the youth facilities and the youth recruitment because that was only like half a star. Oh my god, this interview keeps going, man. We believe the club's youth recruitment policy to be more than adequate. You think that half a star is more than adequate? Okay, you do you. I just want to straight up start beef with this guy. I feel that it's vital and I'm going to threaten him. He took the bait. We refuse to improve the club's youth recruitment at the present time. You leave us with no option but to rule you out of becoming the next club manager. That's it, boys. I've done a bit of self-sabotage and my job prospects in the Brazilian third tier have just been punted out the window. I'm leaving their offices with my tail between my legs, and that interview went south quick. So you could definitely rule out your chances of even landing the job if you select the wrong thing in the interview, or you say the wrong thing, you accidentally misclick. It's a tough gig, this football job, searching and hunting for a new contract. As Swindon offer me an interview, and Sweden, bit of bad news, bit of good news, Sweden have rejected my application, so I'm not going to be finding the next Latan out there. But Swindon Town, currently in League 2, they do actually have the kits in game, so I'm a fan. They have first class youth recruitment. For a fourth tier club, you got to admit that's pretty outlandish. Everything else needs work, but you know what? I'll give Swindon my time and attend this interview and see if I can actually not make a fool of myself. It's great to be here. Let's get started. All right, from the jump, it looks like it's just copy and paste of my other interview. So let's try actually lock in and get the job. Hold up. New question. How would you feel about working with our current director of football, Jamie Russell? I've got no idea who Jamie Russell is. I've never heard of him. His face doesn't ring a bell. He's apparently a really competent scout, coach, head of youth development, and a director of football, so I guess he knows what he's doing. I don't see myself having any problems with him, so I'm more than happy to work. And again, it's all about the money, the finances, this budget talk. Would a proposed transfer budget of 50k be sufficient for you to get the job? What League 2 player these days in this current market, in this economy, is going for 50k? Am I not reading the room here? Is there something going on I'm not aware of? If I knew the boards were going to be this stingy, I might as well have just stuck it out in the Brazilian Serie C. A cool feature in Football Manager that sets it apart really is that you can have a link with a parent club. So that just helps you loan in or buy new players, helps you develop relationships with other clubs, and that's fair. They are keen to form a parent club relationship, so that's cool. At least Swindon Town is a little bit more open to my demands. No, I'm good, thanks. That concludes the interview. Thank you very much for an enlightening discussion. We'll be in touch. So I don't get the job or a flat out answer straight away. I think the chairperson, Clem Morfuni, is going to think about it. Let's see if Swindon Town are going to take me on, or am I going to get more news about these other job offers as we keep simulating through. It's only been 2 weeks. Swindon actually haven't come back to me. Oh, here we go. We have some more news. We have Korea's application unsuccessful. Canada was also unsuccessful. Ireland unsuccessful. Algeria just kicking me out. These national teams hate me. Oh my god, it is. Hienze takes over at the club that rejected me. The Brazilian third tier. The Argentinian is going to start coaching in the Brazilian third tier. I love Football Manager for these kind of stories. It's so random, but I love it. All right, let's look at some more job opportunities that have opened up. We have Huddersfield is still looking for a manager, even though they rejected me. Austria's opened up. I mean, I'll give it a go. I'll apply. There's no harm in trying. And then we have the Colombian under-23s who are actually trying to qualify for the Olympic Games. So I love how they have the Olympic football in Football Manager 2, but unfortunately, I just can't apply for it for some reason. You can also have the chance to place an advert, which just hasn't been unlocked for me yet. So I don't know what I have to do to place a job advert, but that is a possibility if we start getting desperate. All right, Swindon have come back to me. What's the issue now? What's the drama? Following my recent interview, I invite you to suggest any changes that you want to make to Swindon's backroom. Okay. All right. I've sorted out the backroom staff changes. I don't know if I was supposed to change anything. I just accepted all the defaults. And now, Swindon approached BCHD. We have a lifeline. We're in the red zone. It's a must respond type of activity, so I can't actually see if any of the other applications have gone through, like the Austria job, but they've offered me a 2-year contract on 4.4k a week. The managerial job at the country ground, believing I'd be the ideal person to replace ex-manager Jody Morris. Who was Jody Morris? He's pretty much over 20 years older than me, got plenty more experience. I'm sure he's a much more capable manager. He has actual playing experience too. I don't know what the board are thinking hiring an unexperienced 23-year-old, but we'll go with it. They want me to finish mid-table, be competitive in the FA Cup, be competitive in the Carabao, and then they have some future long-term goals. That leads to the end of the 27-28 season, wanting me to gain automatic promotion to the championship by then, so I can either delay, walk away, or start negotiations. So for the time being, I might just hold off on it. I want to delay my decision by 1 week just to see what other kind of deals pop up. And that's good news because Swindon actually agreed to delay. All right, onwards we go. Ooh, available jobs. Argentina under 23s. I'm interested. Insecure jobs. Santos. I want to start in Brazil, bro. I don't know. I'm just drawn to that South American football. There's something about it that gets me going. And let me just apply to all again. I'm going to apply to all teams the managerial vacancy just one more time. And let's keep going. Simulate through the years, simulate through the season. More bad news to report on. Austria have rejected me. I've been unsuccessful there. We have some coaches getting sacked, which is what career mode definitely needs, and it misses. It's just a huge part of the footballing world that gets ignored in FIFA and is a feature that's a long time coming, but that's a topic for another day as we have a weekly jobs update, and it's pretty much all the insecure jobs from the Brazilian leagues. Swindon approached me again. What happens if I delay it again? Are they just going to get fed up and hire someone else? Let me have a save spot here just in case. Delaying 2 times in a row. Is that a little bit disrespectful? They agreed to delay. They're not in any rush. They have faith in me. Maybe the grass ain't greener on the other side. Job center. All of a sudden, I get a question from the Australian Football Free Press. Some Taylor asking me, am I open to working abroad? You haven't seen me been putting in this work, applying for all these jobs? Is that just going unnoticed? I've always been wanting to take on a new job. That's enough for my editor. Speak to you soon. All right. Good chat, Tom. So when you're in the middle of the whole process going down of you negotiating your contract, you actually get displayed as the leading candidate. So right now, I've applied for the vacancy at Swindon, and it's saying that I'm the leading candidate 1 to 3. I'm in the top 3. So there are other options that the board are looking towards, but I'm leading the chase so far. Ooh, I could stir up a bit of drama. So here in the job security section, I just scrolled all the way down to the most insecure job position, and that's Santos. Brazilian first team, currently in the relegation zone, which is a crime. And if you click on their club profile, I'm going to go down here to declare interest in job and just see what happens. Are they going to offer me an interview? Are they going to accept my application? Your interest in the role will be circulated among media outlets, and Santos will be made aware of your interest. Yes, I want Fabrizio Romano to be reporting on this. I want to be in the headlines, people, and it hasn't taken long for them to already start reporting it. BCHD is currently unemployed. Thanks for reminding me, guys. Question from Brazil. What was your reaction to being linked with the Santos job? I don't know, mate. I literally declared interest in it. So it's not a fake media story. It's not fake news, my guy. I am honored. I am honored to be associated with this club and prestigious team. I mean, it's not press speculation. I've done it myself. I have been the problem here. Anyways, gotta love a chat to the media, and we're stirring up the speculation. I'm sure the Twitter headlines in Brazil are going off as the Swindon have just approached me again. But I want to see if Santos actually respond to this and give me an opportunity. So, delaying for a 3rd week in a row, that's low-key disrespectful. You know what, Clemmer? You can wait again. I'm going to delay one more time, and I've just fumbled the bag. I fumbled the bag. I thought I was that guy, but I'm not.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Swindon Town have offered me a 2-year contract, and I kept putting them off. Oh, hold on. They've offered me a lifeline, though. The club would like to offer me a further chance of becoming the manager. So not only have I disrespected them 3 times now, but they're giving me a chance to redeem myself here. All right, we'll come back to this just in case the Santos talks don't lead to anything or the rumors don't lead to anything, because now Santos has become an available job. Are they going to approach me now, or are they just looking to see who apply? Can I apply? Let's go down to the job center again. Santos, top candidate, Jorge Sampaoli. Forget about this guy, bro. He's old school, mate. He nearly led Argentina to not qualify for the World Cup. No way. I'm applying for this. I'm not going to let this bold 63-year-old try and ruin my moment. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Santos sacked their manager, and then the Santos fans laugh off interest from BCHD. So I'm just getting clowned everywhere I go. Mate, they're going to regret that. Don't worry. As Philip Sharp takes over, no, Ewan Sharp takes over, 30-year-old Scottish manager in this reality takes the Swindon job, as they've received my application. So let's see. It's Sir BCHD or Sampaoli. Over 30 plus years of experience or an unqualified 23-year-old. Take your pick. Alright, I hate to burst my own bubble here, but Santos, yeah, they've rejected me. Application unsuccessful, with my application failing to make the shortlist entirely. So I was just not even considered, not even a candidate. This is mainly as a result of your slight lack of experience in winning league titles. Yeah, no, just my slight lack of experience, considering I've done nothing. At least they let me down easy. They were trying to, they were trying to leave it on a positive note. So I've loaded back to the Swindon job offer, and I'm just going to start accepting, or I'm going to start negotiations just to see what the experience is, going from unemployed to now with a club, and Swindon have taken me on. We have to actually negotiate terms and negotiate the contract, what I'm getting paid. Look, I don't really care about the wages because you can't really spend anything in this game, so it doesn't really matter how much I'm getting paid. I just want to know, how long am I getting signed on for? How many years have I got this in the bag? The max I can go is 3 years. So I'm just going to plug that in for now and see what they say. Immediate start date, 4.4k a week. We get a promotion wage rise, a relegation wage drop, so your performance actually matters. So I'm going to suggest a 3-year deal, and they're really set on only being a 2-year contract. I don't know why they're chatting to me about a 5-year plan if they only want to sign me on for 2 years, but we'll finalize the deal, and it looks like all the paperwork, the finalization of the deal is going to happen. Let's exit talks, and look, it looks like to be in a matter of time, we are now hired. Swindon Town hire BCHD. The Robins welcome me to Swindon, and now it's just like starting up a new fresh save if you actually went and picked the team you wanted. I assume now we're in, we've got our main starting 11. Charlie Austin's over here playing in League 2. I actually recognize a couple of these players. McEachran's what? Wasn't he a Chelsea Youth Academy product, this guy? Oh, of course I'm right. I just know these things. The ball knowledge is elite. And then once you set up everything, press confirmed, you're into your new club, you've got the job, and your boy Sir BCHD signed on a 2-year contract, and now we get the full access to everything. We have all the options opened up here on the left-hand side, and things are starting to look a little bit more full. And just like that, you've started up your very own journeyman manager career mode. However, which direction you want to take this career save in, I just find it so refreshing, starting from an unemployment standpoint and seeing where your luck lies. Who's going to reject you? What application's going to get accepted? It's like this mini adrenaline rush. I'm a fan. However, one thing I did want to experiment with is, what does the job market look like towards the back end of the season? Towards the halfway stage of the season, around January, when managers start getting sacked, poor performances are in. How many more opportunities and clubs are out looking for a manager? So let's simulate ahead, go on holiday a little bit, at least until let's just say February 2024. We'll go on holiday as my unemployed self and let the game do its thing. I just find it so much more fascinating, and so many more storylines can develop just in the background. There is so much other stuff going on outside your league, outside your country, and it adds just a different dynamic to your save. There's a job market that's always changing and refreshing every week, and that's just what makes Football Manager so fun and so realistic. Because unlike in career mode, once you get sacked, you're not going to just have 10, 15, 5 new clubs offer you the role straight away and you just get accepted, thrown into a new team. You actually have to work for it and start applying for different jobs all around the world. It is the encapsulation of a manager merry-go-round. Now I know how every Chelsea and Watford manager must feel once they eventually get the sack.
Corporate called, you're fired.
Oh dear.
I don't know about you lot, but I am frothing for a feature like this to eventually be added to FC 25, 26, God knows when. Alright, so we're just halfway through the season, February 2024. Now what's the job center looking like? There's a couple more high-profile managerial jobs up for grabs. We've got Sheffield United currently sitting 20th, and it looks like Patrick Vieira is poised to take over. Wilder's been sacked, and now, he's out at Strasbourg. So they're going to have to poach him from France mid-job, so that'll be interesting. Millwall in the championship. They're currently sitting rock bottom, looking for a new manager. Errol Bullet, never heard of him, but Turkish 49-year-old. And Jose's back on the prowl. Sevilla in 9th. They're doing even worse in real life, but Jose has come through as the favourite to take over. So he must have been sacked from Roma whilst I was simulating, or was he even at Roma at the start of the save? Jose is available on a free transfer. He's only got a 4-star reputation, very good, but I love how you can track his happiness levels. So his short-term plans is that he has a preference to be a manager in his next role, but his long-term plans is that he has preference to be a manager in Portugal, which makes sense. He wants to end his career in the homeland, and apparently I've got a good relationship with him. Never talked to him, never seen him, never met him, and apparently he appreciates my position as a manager. That's his opinion of me. I'm glad he holds me in high regard. And just for shits and giggles, I decided to simulate where are we made the last couple of games of the season, what's on offer in the job center, and who is desperate for a new manager, because, you know, with the Euros coming up, there might be some national teams looking to recruit a brand new head coach is what I meant, as we've got only Bournemouth and Millwall. Okay, this is a separate save I have. So Millwall struggled. I love how these news articles are reporting like BCHD wants the Newcastle job, he wants the Barcelona job. You can't have it all, mate. There are some things in life that I'm just not gonna have. You could want a lot of things, but you're just not gonna get them. I'm out here declining interviews from like the Brazilian 3rd division again. That's how low we've stooped. Oh my god, that's how advanced Football Manager is. It's actually already programmed the new UEFA European formats like the Champions League, Europa League, and Europa all into that group system. It's already in the game. That's how far ahead of the curve they are. Nah, she heard me slate her off. She didn't want the smoke. Job application unsuccessful at Newcastle. However, I have a Valencia job offer interview, so at least they've given me the time of day. Finessing a job at a top 5 league at a big club with my current credentials right now would be the ultimate goal. That would be the finesse of the century, so let's get this over the line. I know their board and owners are an absolute shit show, but it would be fun. Let's just embrace the chaos. The chairman's accepted me. I'm gonna start negotiations. They want me to start immediately, and I'll have a full preseason to work with the club and get the best out of the players. I just want to suggest a 3-year deal again. They're only willing to take the unemployed manager on a 2-year spell, and just like that, I think the deal is done. We signed the dotted line. I didn't think it would be possible, but from unemployed scrub to now managing one of the biggest teams in Spain, I've come a long way. Well, that was an experience. How did we end up here then? I mean, they're fighting for their lives. Finished 15th, 41 points, beat the drop by 2. Not the ideal season, but surely not desperate enough to call on me. Let me remind you, hired as Valencia manager is the only thing on my managerial timeline right now. I'm as inexperienced as they come, but at least I'm 24 now. I got 1 more year under my belt. I've got a variety of save points, the Swindon League 2 job, and now the Valencia end of season 1 takeover. And who knows, maybe I'll pick up these saves again one day and stream them live for you guys so we can play through them together on stream. Literally, you guys always comment down below for me to hop on Football Manager and play it, considering how much I complain about career mode. So this is it, your first taste of the unemployed manager experience. Basically, you've got a date with the job center every day and monitoring every employed manager's job security around the world, with Mark Van Bommel set to take over Burnley in 6th. That would be a story and a half. Klopp's left Liverpool, so that job's open for the taking. De Zerbi beat me to the Newcastle job, it seems. But let me know down in the comments below if you want to see more Football Manager experiments, more of this type of content, as we explore other football management simulation games and what are the new features that set them apart and what they actually have to offer and bring to the career mode table. I've had a lot of fun, so I hope you guys did too. As always, I've been your boy Sir BCHD. Drop the video a like down below if you haven't already and you've made it this far. Check out all my socials, the links will be down in the description below. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the very next video. Bye bye.